The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
Before this episode of The Reckless Roller starts, I'd like to take a minute to shed a light on Black Lives Matter and the protests going on worldwide right now. I'd like to ask everyone to please go to blacklivesmatter.card.co. That's card with 2 R's. Over there are a lot of resources, tips for protesters, places that you can text or call to give your thoughts to government officials on this, places to donate, petitions to sign. And I ask that anyone who is capable of donating or doing any of that does that. This is a very, very important fight that needs as much support as it possibly can. I don't want to take any more of your time before the episode starts, so I hope you all enjoy the episode. And thank you for listening.
Hey guys, welcome to the Reckless Rollers. We're going to be continuing our Monster Punk campaign. Mini campaign, not a one-shot thing. Yeah.
Thingy.
We were misled.
If you thought this was a one-shot, I'm gonna shoot you again.
You didn't read. If you thought this was a one shot, you didn't read the description.
So earlier you shot me.
And your body will go in the food pit.
Oh no.
The food pit.
The food pit.
Oof.
Anyway, I am Scott. I am running this. We should probably introduce, everyone else.
No.
To us?
Meh.
Yeah, why not? So, we'll just go down the voice chat line, I guess. Anirudh, who are you playing as?
Hi, I'm Anaru, also known as Adora, and also known as 14 other names. The 2 names I'm going by in this campaign, /one slot, /other shot, multi-shot, /other words here. The whole gun barrel, effectively. I go by
Shot.
Leon or Noel, depending on who I am at that moment.
And I'm Mars Rover, and I play as Daisy.
And I'm Ginny, and I play as Eviste and Yavanti.
I'm Shine, and I play as Joanna and Orthael.
And I'm Grump and also Grump, according to the voice chat.
We bought too many games.
Now you gotta play them all.
Alright, so... Does anyone remember what happened last time? Because
Racism.
A child almost died.
Insert
A
explosion
lot of
sound here.
children died. Also my parents.
I never specifically said everyone died. I just said you guys did.
You guys did.
You bombed the whole town.
Yeah, idiot.
You might run into them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the grave.
We'll find out.
I made a character that didn't have like a super sad backstory for once. And the first thing you do is kill everyone they know.
Well,
Now you
get
gotta
ready-
make a great character arc.
well, get ready for it to get even worse.
Oh no.
No, I'm joking. So,
I'm scared.
I held my breath for that awkward silence. So, what I remember from when we played the first session an undisclosed amount of time ago was
Yesterday.
I blew everything up. Character introductions. One NPC introduction, who I'm still trying to remember the name for. I think it was Medi. It was
I mean,
either
we could have
Medi.
checked back in the recording.
I don't have the recording.
All right.
I do, but I never got as far into it as that.
My laptop done did a implosion, and I lost.
You lost the game.
No, see,
Yeah, I
Scott's
lost-
laptop was in the explosion that he DM'd just now, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was
we'll
in
say that.
Boomtown.
Yep. So what I remember is, I'm just gonna say that her name was Medi, and if it's not, I'll correct it in post multiple times forever. So you ran into her. She was immediately suspicious of Joanna and Orphael because angels ain't shit.
Yeah, they pussies.
And then she turned a Nekomata into stone. That was what the creature was that was hunting you guys.
Nekomata.
Yes. Cat demon with two tails.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Espion.
Kinda.
I know.
And the you guys were at like fairly close to the border of the town, getting ready to actually leave it. And that's where we'll continue. So the fires, the multiple, many fires of the burning city are crackling behind you. As you walk down the cracked and ruined cobblestones of undisclosed town name, which is now, I guess, Boomtown.
Bitch town.
It was Bitch Town, now it's Boomtown.
Not fair. Okay, it was. Okay, I'll take it.
And
R.I.P.
the 4.5
Yavanti is half of a person.
6, the multitude of you, the small army.
The
It's hard
party.
to determine how much of a person Daisy is.
The party.
Yeah, the multitude of you, the small army of human, robot, and dragon, and green-skinned Medusa hair thing, are getting ready to leave. But a bunch of rubble falls from a
bunch of
nearby
what?
building. Rubble.
Ah.
Like Barney from the Flintstones.
God.
Yabba dabba fucking do.
Damn.
A bunch of rubble falls, and behind it are... Viste, how about you describe what your parents look like?
I'm not ready.
So that I'm scared. Can I stop playing now? Is it? Yeah, okay. Maybe not. So they're farmers and they have on fairly poor clothes, black hair, very practical, brown eyes as well, same skin color as Evista as well, so light brown. And they're probably in their 60-ish, 50s, 60s, sort of like that, showing signs of a fairly hard life.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Daisy, how about you describe your father?
Oh boy. Oh shoot.
You
I
know,
don't like
didn't
where this is
think-
going.
I didn't think much about this.
Mark, the Prophet Man.
Let's see.
If you want to keep his facial features disclosed, you can say he's still wearing that hooded cloak thing.
Sure, hooded person. Pooh, I didn't think about this at all. Hmm. Let's say we'll say just a normal, generic dad-looking person, beard, hair, brownish blackish hair, cloak.
You're describing me. I don't
Okay,
like
it's just Scott. Just imagine Scott with a cloak.
Oh,
Well,
this is gonna,
not everyone's
this is-
gonna know what the fuck Scott looks like.
Well,
this
now
is
they
gonna
do.
make things even more awkward because their skin is all gray. Their eyes are completely white.
Fear.
And they're lurching towards you guys mindlessly.
No!
Fuck no!
Like, what the hell?
Mm.
Now, you have the option to run.
I
Try and
can't
contain
run. I
them.
don't have feet.
You can hover up above them.
I think Evista's eyes go wide as she stares at them, and she's just not able to move. But Yavanti, but I think, were we all still on top of Yavanti? Because I think I was at least. But
I believe all of you were.
yeah,
You
I
were
think
getting ready to take off towards Heaven's Reach.
I think Yavanti, feeling and hearing my emotions and my thoughts, rears back and takes distance and starts, and a low growl starts up in her, and a low rumbling starts up in her throat.
They don't respond. They're still just lurching towards you slowly.
Are they armed?
Well, they have arms, supposedly.
They do have arms, and some of them are on fire, so they have firearms.
Okay. Shut up! Stop! Thank you.
And behind those three figures are several more.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Some of them are stumbling over each other. Some of them are stumbling over the rubble. But all in
think
all,
it-
they are making way towards you. All
How?
of you. The
Because we
pledge.
met Maddie, I think her name was.
Maddie?
We met her, and how is she reacting to this?
She's looking at all of them in disgust, saying, "Those bastards have turned the entire town against us." They've turned them into unthinking revenants.
We were about to leave, Yavanti says. If you want to come along, I'd suggest you get up here fast. And she lets down like one of her. She is like a snake-like dragon creature with wings, and she lets out one of her coils to her height where Maddie could scramble up onto her.
She nods and says, "Yes, that sounds like the best thing to do. Give me 1 second, though. Some of these people are familiar to you all, correct?" She raises a semi-automatic rifle, points it above these creatures' heads, towards a nearby wall, and starts shooting at the wall, causing the rocks to fall, blocking them from you. Actually, I'm going to roll to see if that actually succeeds. I'm going to roll 2d10. Oh, that's a yikes. That's a
Fuck.
6.
Shit.
That is a 6 and a 0.
Did you
Oh,
add your
shit.
rock modifier?
I was using my rock dice.
Oh.
So, roughly half of these revenants get crushed by the rocks. The ones that are most familiar to some of the party
Mm.
are on the other side from the other revenants. Now, it's you guys, the zombie fam, the rocks, the rest of the zombies. And you are more than welcome to just take off now if you wish, unless you had anything else you wanted to do.
Okay, so the zombies that the PCs are familiar with are on our side or on the other side of the rocks.
They're on the side closer to you.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Unless anyone does anything, Yavanti will take off. And as she does that, Evista starts crying and urging her to turn back and to let her off. But Yavanti isn't paying any mind to that.
I wanna make an observation check. Like,
All right. You are more than.
is this amount of zombie creatures more than we could possibly handle?
Is your what was it? Character sheets. I don't think I have your guys' sheets saved.
Oh, I have
Do you
mine. I
have-
could post.
Yeah.
Do you have any expertise in like perception or scanning or anything like that?
Oh yes, I do have perception as a skill.
I do too.
Yeah. Then I'd say you can roll 2d10 as well.
Oh, well, it's okay. It's an 11.
What were the individual numbers for those?
The lowest was a 3 and the highest was an 8.
8, so that would be a success.
Hey.
So you get a success. You do manage to notice that there's, from what you can tell with your sensors, you can determine roughly 3 dozen of these revenants.
Oh my.
3,000?
Dozen,
3 dozen.
like 36
That's
For-
not too bad.
for an accurate number.
36 people that Mars and me know, and probably at least part of them we love, so...
Noel, do you have any people that you worked with before Boomtown happened?
I don't think that I don't think Leon would have cared much about that. To be honest, he's been very much a loner recently, so he has to go down swinging. He'll go down swinging.
All right, and Joanna, you were pretty much visiting the town, correct?
Yeah, just kind of staying there in the meantime.
All right, so
It's still
you didn't-
mildly close to her origin village, but it's further away.
So as far as you know, there wouldn't be anyone that you would recognize in the horde.
Right.
So, in that case, there are no additional faces that stick out to you. However, so for the example bonuses, I'm gonna let you choose one, Daisy, and then I'll give you the other one.
Oh?
So you recover one Great Witch you don't really have any need for. Same with the next one, which is you recover one Humanity. You gain one Wealth, You gain a volatile item. You finish the task much faster than intended. You learn something useful or interesting about the world or an NPC. You impress NPCs and gain a new friend or become famous. You gain a clue for where to go from here. So you get to choose one, and I'm going to give you an additional one that will be of my choice.
Okay. Let's get a clue of where to go next.
So the clue that you get comes from Medi, who mentioned that what was the name of this group? It was like the Order or something.
What is the lore of this world?
Yeah,
Order of Alyssa?
yeah.
Something like that.
So Medi was mentioning that she says the Order of Elysium. They've done this. They're the reason why everyone in this town that survived really didn't.
Okay.
They'll most likely be following us until they're told otherwise.
And I think Yavanti at this point is like, well, I'd like to see them try, and she starts flying away.
And
How
I'll say
fast
that
are these things?
they move not that fast. It's like half your walking speed. Because they don't really have much coordination. They keep stumbling over things. Like, you can tell that some of them are just walking into the rocks that fell over and over again. And, by the way, for the additional bonus, I will say that you managed to impress Medi by pointing out exactly how many of these creatures are there. Like, she was trying to count them manually, and within like 2 seconds, your little ocular sensor comes on, scans the crowd, and you come up with 36 exactly.
Daisy be like, beat boot math.
She's
like, fine.
That kind of math.
Basically, all I said was
Oh.
the additional thing that happened was you impressed Medi by pointing out within seconds exactly how many of these revenants are around.
I'm an observant child.
Rank up that social link.
Yavanti takes off, and the higher up you guys go, the more ruin you can see in the town. For what appears to be miles is just fire, smoke, collapsing buildings. The center of the town, where the church, the chapel-esque structure, which was where the angels would go to speak with the prophet, which I believe was named Mark. That building is basically a huge fire pit. It's essentially a crater with a bunch of what looks like magma in the center of it.
That's hot.
Normally, yeah, magma would be hot. I don't recommend eating it.
Nom 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 nom.
Roll for consumption of lava.
A hot soup.
Hot soup, yum. I'm
Roll for hot
imagining.
soup.
I feel like Orphael is just looking at this fucking fire pit and being like, serves them right.
Oh my.
The farther away you get from this town, the farther away you get from the town in the air, the more you can tell that Heaven's Reach is completely untouched. It's almost as if there's a barrier blocking any of the smoke from getting even close. It starts to cloud over and then it just stops at one specific point. As if the entire area was covered by a invisible dome, but you were all able to actually pass through it fairly quickly and without any difficulty. However, as soon as you get too close, all of you start to hear a voice ringing in your head. And it's saying, "Those of you intruding, turn back now, land, or face a similar wrath as this city has." And below, I'm going to have all of you roll it's going to be a group test for checking to see what the hell is below you guys.
So everyone just roll one, or?
I'd say, yeah, everyone just roll one, and we'll go with...
Well, you did say roll one, Scott.
You rolled a 1.
I rolled
Oh,
a
you-
1.
I also
you-
rolled a 1.
I also
quit
rolled a 1.
gang.
Wait, what? 3 ones?
No!
Wait, what? What?
I roll a 7. I rolled a 7. I think Eviste is like desperately looking at the ground, trying to sort of.
So, unfortunately,
I don't like
results
what
of group tests aren't based on individual performances, but instead depend on how well everyone as a whole did. So, since 3/4 of you rolled a 1,
We don't see nothing.
God.
We think it's fine.
I'm gonna say that it would average out to about a 3, which is
Good.
It's gonna result in a twist. Now let's see what the twist would be.
Fun.
Someone
There's actually a mechanic for the group check thing.
Yeah, that's what I was checking.
You
Yeah.
I
have
was looking at it.
the
Basically-
robot helicopter.
basically you set a difficulty which is trivial, challenging, of Herculean.
Bruh, I've been
Whatever you
rolling
say
a
that type.
D8 this whole time.
And
I'm
then
rolling a D8.
I've been
That's
rolling a D8 without knowing.
whoops. And then for trivial, half the number of PCs need progress. Challenging, same as the number of PCs, and then Herculean, double the number of PCs. And basically, 1 to 4 you get 0 progress. Then 5 to 7 you get 1 progress, and 8 to 9 you get 2 progress, and then 10 you get 3 progress.
Yeah, I would still think that
It's
as a
still
whole,
bad.
yeah, as
It's
a
1
whole, you
progress.
guys-
So
as a whole, you guys got maybe a 3.
we got 1 progress, and even on a trivial task, we need 2. Basically, it's
Yeah.
on page 4 of the doc.
So it's going to be insufficient progress because it
Mhm.
it came out to a 3 total. Like, averaged out. So you're going to get a fun little twist. So things have gone poorly. You guys all are looking around for the source of the voice that came from within your head, and a sudden beam of light shoots out and hits Yavanti,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
forcing all of you to go to ground.
Oh no.
Well, I can't handle the ground.
I'm envisioning like it's a fucking laser pointer, and it's just darting at Yavanti's eyes, and that's how I would go down.
Oh, the way
Oh,
I'm
no.
thinking is it's a large beam of light that just goes
Yeah.
right through Yavanti's wing.
Yeah, I knew that was what it was, but I thought it was funny to think of it as a fucking just like a flashlight in someone's eye.
Does Avista feel this? Or is it is there pain sort of separate?
You feel a singeing in your left arm. I'd say, like, it burns a bit. Well, I wouldn't say a bit. It feels worse than a sunburn, like getting slapped, but not as bad as like exposed nerve endings from the third degree.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. So bad, but not extremely, extremely bad.
Not life-threatening.
Do I lose
Bad,
each
but
HP?
I'd say you lose 2.
Alright.
And you're forced to go to ground.
I think Yavanti does try. Yavanti lets out like a keening scream almost, and then she starts crashing. As she starts crashing, she frantically flaps her wings, trying to stay up, but it's no use because the wind. You can hear the wind whistling through the wings where it's been hit, and the feathers give it that like flute noise almost. And she starts just going down, and then she tries to glide, but it's still not working.
And the crash that ensues causes a very large dust cloud, intermingled with like some feathery substances to cloud the air around all of you, as you're unable to determine your surroundings, but you can hear shouts from all around you. And I think it would be a good time for you guys to roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
Initiative.
Is that just 1d10? Or
I believe that's just 1d10, but it's gonna be, agility test. So if any of you guys have agility as a skill or expertise or anything like that, I think you can roll with advantage.
For the listeners, we had a interruption right after rolling for initiative, and we had to stop for that session. So we're just going to continue here with rolling for initiative.
It is now 2 years later. We are different people than we were.
It's been 15 years. Paxton is now old man.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
I made a deal with the sea witch and gave up my voice.
Yeah, but now you have legs, so...
Good for you.
That's fair. I mean, it was a good deal, all in all.
Yeah, now instead of 2 legs, you have 4. Works out.
Inside life!
Ginny is one step closer to being...
Ginny.
I couldn't remember the rest of the joke I was going to make, so I'm just going to stop there. Yeah. Alright, so everyone gets to roll a d10. I'm going to roll 2.
Oh shoot, okay, I gotta figure this out.
So,
if you need me to, I can roll one for you.
Oh, wait.
I rolled a nat 10.
Nice.
I have a 5.
I have a 2.
I have a
So-
9.
So, Joanna's got a 10. Daisy has a 9. What did
Yeah.
Aviste have?
A 5.
5. Leon has a 2, right?
Yep.
And Medi rolled a 9 as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. It means I'm not gonna have my voice changer.
It's still
Just-
so weird to ever be called Maddie, since I had a cat for a while that is called Maddie. So every time I just imagine this red cat.
I used to have a dog named Maddie.
So we could just say in that case that Medi is like a red-skinned Gorgon assassin. Because that is her class. Alright, so with all of your initiative diddly-doos, it is Joanna that's going first. You're facing up against, we'll say that there's about 3 Angel Knights near you. However, there's a bunch of smoke, so you can really only target one accurately.
Okay. I kind of want to hit bitches, but like trying to figure out what the play is, like how to initiate that.
You get one simple action, one utility action, or one offensive action. The simple actions are basically like if you're trying to do something in particular that wouldn't take too much time.
Okay.
Utility action, I think, would be more
They're
or less the
outlined-
same thing.
The general action, like the actions everyone can take, are outlined in the document. And then you have a bunch of actions that are on your character sheet that also have that.
Yeah.
So, how does do like the fucking do our advanced techs? Can we use those as an action?
I believe that would be offensive actions. So
Okay.
you get to do one offensive action per turn, or you also get to do one utility and one simple. However, you could swap the offensive for extra utility or simple, or the utility for extra simple.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the offensive one is going to be what takes more time and effort, and you can swap that out with doing literally anything else. The utility is something that would take a little bit of time and effort, and you could swap that out with something that would take no time and effort.
Right. I don't really have too much that can hurt people. I have Valorous Song, which will damage 4 and heal 4 to enemy and ally respectively. So I guess I can do that.
Okay, I think you should also have like a weapon.
I do.
So you could always just do a basic attack too.
Yeah, but I had read in the thingy that it says your basic attack is so weak it's never worth using over your offensive techs.
Fair.
So I was like, So I guess I'll just use Valorous Song.
Alright, so... Okay, so you can also take any number of free actions, like basically calling out to everyone else and stuff like that. Stuff that would take literally nothing.
Yeah, and you can do an extra, like, if you don't attack, you can do an extra utility or a simple action.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna roll a d10.
So just base d10?
Yeah, like if you have a modifier, it would just add another d10, and you would just basically roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm. I got a 7.
Okay, so with a 7, I believe that's just basic. It do the thing. Where did I? With a 7, that's a success with a twist. So that's base effect plus one twist. So I'll say that since this is the first time that you're actually using it, you don't quite know what you're doing. Orphiel basically just says, "All right, go on ahead, point your weapon at that angel, and I'll take care of the rest."
All right, whatever. I
And-
guess, and then she does it.
And as you take your aim, you cause your damage, you feel a little bit of a twinge in the back of your head, as if you're missing something. And in-game, I'm going to say that you're going to lose 1 humanity by doing this without really knowing what you're doing.
Shit.
Oh no, go lose all your souls.
And with that, who rolled a 9 other than Medi?
That was me.
Alright, so Daisy, the combat drone, do you know what you're going to be doing?
Daisy has no idea what she's doing. She's trying her best.
So that's what she's doing.
page
She's doing
is
her
still
best.
loading.
I don't know, guys. That sounds like a win to me.
Roll
So
your best.
I'll just say that in this case, we'll have Medi go first.
Okay.
As she's fallen fairly away from the rest of the group, and she is just surrounded by these what looks like skeletons holding submachine guns, wearing chainmail armor. She's just looking at them. Well, not necessarily like with intent to make any of them just freeze, but she's just looking around her, not quite sure exactly what she's going to do, because she's somewhat new to this as well. Alright, so what Medi's going to do, she actually has 2 things that she can do currently. She starts the battle invisible, and she can turn invisibility on and off as a simple action. So she's surrounded by these skeletons, but they're just looking around. They don't really know what's around them because they can't see her. So she's going to start by running up to one of them and using Eyes of Stone. And let's see. I believe this would actually just be in the advanced... advanced tech. It's automatically going to get a 10 for because of her ability Instant Kill. So what she's going to do is one of these skeletal submachine gunners just looks at her dead in the eyes. I didn't mean for that to be a pun. But she looks at her in the eyes with its non-existent eyes and just completely stiffens. And similar to that two-tailed cat creature that you guys saw earlier, it just turns to stone very rapidly. And it is now petrified. And with that, she's going to use a simple action to call out to you guys and say, don't worry about these skeletons. I'll meet up with you guys as soon as possible, as soon as I take them out. Just
oh, dang.
Just don't die. We've got a lot of work to do. We can't do that work if you're dead.
That's very reassuring for Daisy.
And then it's going to Daisy, who is a, combat drone with the child's brain.
Pew pew pew.
And you are in a similar area to Joanna, as in your. Yeah, there's a horde of skeletons and angels. The skeletons are basically foot soldiers, but there are some angelic knights. There's 3 of them, and about 7 of the skeletons. Just overall. So you got 10 enemies and 4 of you. Well, 5.
Fuck angels. All my homies hate angels.
And there's one angel that's a little wounded, and one skeleton that can't really do anything because it's now a statue, basically. So with that, Daisy, what are you going to do?
Alright. Are any of the angels at, like, ground level?
They're all pretty much right in front of you guys, looking at this dragon that's felled, basically, despite the fact that there's a bunch of smoke and rubble all over the ground. They are fairly ground level, just maybe like 10 feet up, basically hovering, and they're searching for any survivors.
I have a specific thing for if they're on the ground.
Oh, well, there are a bunch of skeletons on the ground too.
Do angels count as medium NPCs?
Medium NPCs?
Wait, when this says medium, does it mean like the size or like psychic? I'm curious.
Angel Knights are... Yeah, they're medium level.
Oh, okay. You know what, we're going...
There's basic level, medium level, elite level, and so on.
Alright, yeah, let's shoot at the angels.
Alright, so what is you gonna do?
We're gonna prepare our dual wrist shooter. My dual shooties.
Okay, so instead of that, we'll just say it's like your little turrets.
Yeah.
And go on ahead and roll your attack. Which angel are you targeting? The one that Joanna already targeted, or...
Yeah. Well, let's target one of the healthier ones.
Alright, so you're targeting... We'll say that there's one a couple feet away from it. And, yeah, just roll your attack. If you have, like, proficiency or expert on it, you roll 2d10 or 3d10, depending on which situation.
Alright, so the base is damage 2, and I get an additional damage, I believe, for shooting medium NPCs.
Okay, so that would be 3.
And I think... Wait, is that proficient? That's a basic tech. I don't know if that's a proficiency.
I don't think it would be if it...
Ooh, 14. That was 2 nat 6s in there.
They're d10s.
Oh yeah, that's right. Then that's not very good.
So, there are 2 6s, and what's... I'm assuming the other one's a 4?
It's 2 6s and a 2 for 14.
Okay, yeah, that's math. So, that's going to be a success with a twist. So you do cause the 3 damage. However, we'll say that, you fire a little bit... Your laser fire winds up being a little bit more potent than you expect, because you're not used to the body that you're in, and you just shoot a hole in the ground past the angel, like basically through the angel, and you shoot a hole in the ground behind it, and the bridge that you guys are on is starting to crumble a little bit.
Oh no!
Just
I don't even know how I'm doing this.
And I believe, did anyone else roll a 9?
Oh no. Winding Bridge is falling.
I know I rolled a 9 for Medi, and a 7 for the Horde. So I guess it'll be the Horde next. Now, I believe all of you guys are kind of clustered in a group aside from Medi, unless any of you moved away in this process. So what these 3 angels in particular are going to do is called electroshock.
Oh no, it's Dark Pit.
And let's see what that do. Okay, so base effect is damage 3, causes blind and slow. So I'm gonna roll a d10, see if that happens. It's a 6, which is it's going to cause the base effect, and electroshock does take up 2 charges, so it's going to take all 3 of them to actually do this. However, with that, the group of you are all going to be in range of this, so it's basically kind of like a cold type thing. And yeah, so the 3 of them are going to use this. It's going to cause 3 damage to each of you. And they can't use it for 2 turns. Oh wait, they can only use it... Yeah, they can only use it once every 3 turns. So the... Yeah, with that, all 3 of you are taking 3 damage. And now it is Aviste's turn?
Yeah. So I think in the first place, Eviste is just like kind of panicked, sliding off of Yavanti and pressing their hands to the wound and trying to do whatever they can to stop the bleeding. And they lay their hands on it, and they're just frantic because of everything that's happening, and they don't understand this, and they don't understand having this presence in their mind, and they're seeing their parents just like dead but alive, and they just honestly don't understand. But they focus, and you see a glowy light in sort of prismatic colors. And for my simple action, I'd like to focus Orgone, which is basically I heal 1 HP.
Okay, so you're going to use your simple action to cause Yavanti to, and by extension you, to heal 1 HP.
Yeah, because as long as I'm riding her, which in this case I'm sort of defining as touching her, basically. Yeah. Our HP is combined, as is her speed.
Okay.
And I was 4 down because I already had 1 less HP, so now I'm at 12.
Oh, so You do wind up healing. So you're at 12 now?
Yeah, after healing.
Alright. And
then...
were you going to do anything else?
Oh, yeah. So, basically... wait. I would like... As Avista is doing this, Yavanti is going to move around, struggling against the pain, and sort of curl around them. And I'm taking for my utility action, I'm taking the guard action. You inflict 1 disadvantage to all offensive actions against you until your next turn. Multiple instances of guarding will stack. So basically, if you try and attack either Avista or Yavanti, you have a disadvantage.
Okay.
So you basically roll 2 dice, take the lowest.
All right.
And then for my offensive action, Avista, as she is guarding, she will start glowing, and all of you start feeling a little better. And what I'm using is Light Your Heart, which is one of the advanced attacks, range 5, so within a range of 5, which I'm assuming everyone is, or at least everyone who got hurt. I'm going to roll and tell you what you heal, but you'll at least heal 3. So
Yay.
and that's also guarding. That's a 5. So is that a bonus?
A 5.
Yeah, that's one bonus effect. So basically,
well, it's a success with a twist.
This is a combat thing, I think. This is combat results, so it's bonus a base effect plus 1 bonus effect. If you look at the very top.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the non-combat stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's with the combat you always have the base effect, and then you can have like extra bonuses on top. So the base effect is heal 3 and guarding, which means that all of you are actually guarded. I wouldn't have had to. So what I'm gonna say is, if Issa just like sort of wraps her long tail around all of you in front of all of you as well, and you all heal 5.
All right. And I forgot to roll for the Skellies, so I did roll for them. They got a 1, so Leon, you're up next.
Sweet. So, right now, currently, it is just Leon. Noel is still in that watch. So, my simple action is going to be summoning Noel. So, I go full Ben 10, just slam the watch, and then you see a near identical copy of me just pop up next to me.
Ben 10.
And let's see. Hopefully I'm doing this right, because I've been reading the system a little bit. The utility action I have is to aim. I think it's a utility, right?
That sounds...
Yeah, so I'm gonna aim at... Ooh. Who are our enemies again? We have Horde and...
There's 3 Angel Knights. 2 of them have taken damage. 1 4, 1 3. And there's, now 6 Skeleton Knights, and they're more or less surrounding Medi, who is invisible.
Okay. Would I be able to distinguish between which one is taking more damage and less damage?
I would say that the ones who have taken damage are flying a little... One of them's flying a little bit closer to the ground, and the other one's a little bit higher up. The undamaged one is not really paying too much attention, really.
Okay.
Still just searching for all of you. But one of them's closer to the ground. One of them's higher up, as if attempting to possibly try and retreat. and the other one's just still in scanning mode.
Okay. Are we dealing with range and stuff like that, or?
The one that's in the air is going to be about like 10-15 feet up. The one that's closer to the ground is like maybe barely hovering, like 2 feet off the ground. And the unharmed one is about 7 feet away from you guys.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so what Noel is gonna do, because I chose the most complicated type of character. What Noel is going to do is, I think, run up to the one that is hovering and use its attack. So it's a basic tech. It's grapple. So the base effect here, what it says is suppress, vulnerable, restrain, and then it has bonuses of 1 damage for each one. And then, because I'm a Tulpamancer, I get to add stuff to that.
Okay.
So, let's see here. So what I'm going to add to it is the advanced tech, which is a free action. It is combination grapple. So basic boost, you and your monster move before the attack. Any enemies adjacent to either of you after the attack are restrained. So I think this is just me and Noel kind of bull rushing this lowest level one.
Hey.
And I need to roll for damage, I think. Because I aimed, that's an advantage, so...
Okay, so I believe that would make it 2d10, and you take the higher for the advantage, and then you, then depending on what you get, you essentially add the damage based on the bonuses.
Yeah. To move. So we move before the attack, and then we bull rush this dude. There it is. So the lowest one, the hovering one, is now suppressed, vulnerable, restrained. I'm gonna roll for grapple. So that's a 9 and a 5.
Alright, so you get to add a couple bonuses to that in that case. So with a 9, you get to add 2 bonus effects.
Sure. They're all damage related, so it's 2 damage.
Okay.
And then the combination. Let's see here. The combination grapple has its own separate box that I think I probably roll.
Okay.
And then let's see if that does anything. Straight 2s. Okay, so that doesn't do squat. So monster takes 2 damage. We're now chilling next to it, and it's restrained. It's vulnerable. It's suppressed. It's whatever the last one is.
Alright. So you attacked the one that was basically like barely hovering 2 feet off the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's now on the ground. And you can, we'll just say that the 3 of you are more or less, like, tackled, laying on the ground. And you got the angel in a chokehold with Null, and we'll say that Leon's holding the arms behind its back. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
So it's not going to be able to actually attack unless it rolls out of the grapple.
Yep.
And now it's the Skelly Boy's turn. The skeletons do not have eyes, so they can't really tell what's going on. However, there's 6 of them, and they all have guns. Oh, they're ghost knights. is what they're actually called. Level 1 Grunt. And
Alright, this is like the ghost army of the angels.
yeah. So they're going to essentially shoot in the air because they have no idea what they're shooting at. But I'm gonna see.
Would that give them disadvantage and then disadvantage from Yavanti guarding as well?
They would, I'd say in this case they'd have disadvantage because they do have an ability that gives them advantage against targets that aren't protected by cover or high ground, and I believe Yavanti basically gave them cover.
Yeah.
And they're just shooting up in the air, essentially. Not quite sure what they're shooting at, so they're just shooting all around them. So I'm going to say only one of them is going to maybe hit somebody.
So then you're rolling 2 or 3 dice.
I rolled 2 of them. I'll roll 1 more for triple disadvantage. And it doesn't matter because 2 rolls were a 4, and one of them was a 0, which is the crit. So I'm going with the 4. 4 is just basic damage, and I'll say, yeah, so that's 2 damage to Medi.
Oh no, Medi.
And it's going to go back to the top. Joanna, I believe it's you going.
Alright. Everyone's HP is still, like, knocked from
everyone's back to max. Because there are 2 healers in the squad. And there's 2 healers in the squad, so everyone's all healed up. There's 1 enemy that's grappled and took how much damage did Leon and Noel do? 2? Anirudh?
Say that one more time, sorry.
How much damage did one of the how much damage did the one you guys grappled take?
They took 2.
Okay, so
But what's the, like, you have the basic effects and then 2 bonus effects, right, Anirudh?
Yeah, the basic effects are all. So the basic effects is suppress, vulnerable, and restrain. Sorry, and then on top of that, it took 2 extra damage.
Yeah.
So the angel that's now on the ground is grappled, restrained, all of that, and looking a little worse for wear. There's one that looks like it's trying to fly away, and that's the one that you attacked previously. And then there's one that's just looking around for you guys.
Let's see.
Then there's a bunch of skellies, but they're slightly off to the left from you guys. So you do get to take 3 actions. Like, basic healing is going to be, like, simple action.
Yeah, but that's kind of useless right now.
Yeah. If you have any, like, buffs, you could probably use that as a utility action. Like, buffing the squad.
I guess I could use Shield Arcane, and I have 2 more simple actions, you said? Or
You have 1 simple action, 1 utility action, and 1 offensive action.
okay, so I can only use 1 of...
You can
out
use
of all
1 of
of them.
each.
Oh, I can use 1 of each?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have simple, support, and...
Yeah, simple, utility, and offensive.
Okay, simple, utility, offensive. Alright, so I'll use Shield Arcane.
So, wait, what weapon do you have?
Oh, longsword.
Okay. So we'll say with your, we'll say with the Shield Arcane, you raise your longsword, and bright light just stems from it. And we'll say that it heals the blind status that you guys have too. As this light just spreads across all of you, including Medi, who Medi actually gets healed for... Wait, no, it just heals the ailments, I believe. And yeah, you guys can see clearly now the rain that wasn't there is gone. And you still have a utility or offensive action to do.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to do another simple action, which basically be like, swing my long sword.
Could I aim and then use one of my techs?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
You can aim as the utility.
And then I can use one of my attack techs.
Your offensive techs, yeah.
Okay. We'll try, now that we're a little bit more focused, we'll try Valor's Song again.
Alright, go on ahead and roll. I guess with advantage for that.
You want to hear my rolls?
What'd you get?
10 and 9.
Okay, so you're gonna get 3 bonuses with the Valorous Song. So what 3 bonuses
Hog.
does it say?
What, all the 3 bonuses?
Yeah, you get all 3 bonuses. And
All
I
right,
believe
so-
they stack, so...
Alright, you and an ally in range aim. You or an ally in range aim. You or an ally in range guard until your next turn. And you or an ally in range move.
For the Valorous Song? The one that
Uh-huh.
does 4 damage?
Yes.
Okay, so which ally would you say is in range?
In range of, like...
Like,
I'm not sure I understand, like, the thing.
since it's like a 7-foot spell, so yeah, basically next to you.
Yeah, but, like, what do they do?
It basically, you give advantage with the aim.
Hmm.
You give disadvantage to an attack with the guard. What was the third one?
Range move.
Or, yeah, you both can move to, like, protection or something, but you're kind of like surrounded by Yavanti, who, if I remember right, is just circled around you guys.
And so, range aim gives an ally advantage, you said?
Yes, so you can give advantage to one ally.
Let's see.
That's next to you.
Who goes after me? Or are you allowed to say, or?
I believe it's Daisy and Medi go after you, but Medi's not. We'll say Medi's not within range because too far away.
Is Daisy in range?
Yeah, Daisy's.
Yeah, I'll give it to Daisy.
I'm right here.
All right, so with that, it is now. Did you want to move or anything?
Not really. I mean, aren't we blocked in?
I mean, you could probably try and move a little bit further behind Yavanti's tail or something. Make it so that you now have cover.
Sure. Meat shield.
Oh.
And yeah, now I
That's
guess it'll
literally
be.
what she was doing.
Now I guess it'll be Daisy's turn. If you need time, I can just have Medi go again or something.
Hooray! I'm going to...
So you get up to 3 actions, just so you know.
Up to 3. Oh my. Okay. I see.
Use Curaja.
Alright. Daisy's not playing around now. She's going to target lock on one of the healthier angels.
So there's one that's just undamaged. If you wanted to target that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna target lock on them. And that gives me advantage against one target until my next turn.
Okay, so that's your utility action. You also get a simple action and offensive action.
Okay, here's my simple action. I'm gonna say, "You meanie," and now I'm going to use air to ground shot.
Air to ground shot. So if you are
If
flying,
Okay.
If you're flying, you gain you get like quadruple advantage in this case.
Yeah.
So go on ahead and roll 4 and take the highest result.
Yeah. Alright, 4d10.
Jesus.
The highest result is a 9.
Okay, so you're going to get 2 bonuses. Looking at it, since you're using air to ground shot, that's 2 damage plus 2 damage. So it's an additional 4 damage. Or no, an additional 2 damage. And I don't know what the slide is. Maybe you cause them to slide? I don't know.
I don't recall.
Alright, so was that what you were going to do? Like, overall?
Yeah, there's my action.
So you fire at the angel that's soaring around looking for you guys. Well, now it kind of knows where you are. You shoot it, we'll say you shoot it directly in the wing, and it starts to spiral down to the ground.
Yeah.
And at this time, a little wormhole opens up, a fold in space, and a bizarre looking, it looks like a mix between a dog and a bull, just rushes out. And I'm gonna roll in this Hound of Tindalos. That's an 8, so it'll go after Medi. So it rushes out, it has no eyes, and it's just sniffing around.
Oh my.
Smoke is just exuding from them. So, with that, we're gonna go to Medi. Medi, who is still invisible, and has turned one of these Skelly boys into stone, and then got shot by another Skelly boy, is going to... She's going to use Looks to Kill at one of the wonderful skeletons that are undamaged. So let's see what she's going to do. That's a 4, so I believe that's going to just do base damage. Right? Yeah, 4 is just base effect, so she glares at one of the skeletons and it starts to stone over. It takes 4 damage from that. And now, it's the Hound of Dindalos system.
Oh boy.
So this hound, once I actually get to what it can do, is going to sniff around and speak in some garbled language at one of the angels. It just... and it's going to use... it's going to jump up at it. We'll say it's the one that's like trying to escape, essentially. It's going to teleport to it, and it latches its tongue onto its wing as the angel starts to fall down to the ground.
Oh gee.
And does 6 damage to it. This angel is not looking super great.
Oh gosh, that's a lot of damage.
And now, who rolled a 7? Oh wait, I rolled a 7 for the angels. So one of them can't really do anything. The other one also can't really do anything because they're both suppressed. But there is one that's just been shot by a robo, a little combat drone, and it's going to attempt to fire back with a laser beam.
Not the lasers.
Yep, laser beam.
Full
Oh.
30.
Oh, hold on. So yeah, the Hound of Tyndalos does an additional 1 damage to the angel it's latched onto because of life leech. So yeah, it's looking real bad.
Oh. That's that Gen 7 leech life.
Alright, so now Angel. Come on. There we go. So let's see what Laser Beam do. Laser Beam targets in a line. Range of 10. So, rolling at disadvantage to see 2 9s
Oh, damn.
for disadvantage.
Yo.
Oh my goodness.
Ace.
So,
Who are you attacking?
it attacks in a line, so we'll say that since Yavanti is meat shielding.
So, for Yavanti and me, you have to roll another dice.
Okay.
The rest of them have 1 disadvantage, but I have 2 because I also took the, what was it? Guard action.
Okay, then that's a 6.
So
So-
it'd be a 9 for the others and then 6 for Yavanti and Nikista.
Alright, so
And I think,
so we'll say that
what was it? Joanna also had a guard thing as a advantage of her song.
Yeah, I think it's targeting.
So she gave that to Mars as well, I think.
Okay, then it's going to be a 6 for everyone, basically.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
6 is base effect plus 1 bonus effect. The bonus effect is 1 additional damage. Did I read that right? Okay, yeah. The additional effect is just 1 additional damage. The 2 of you are going to take. That's Mars and Yavanti, because Yavanti is basically meat shielding for everyone.
Mars and Joanna.
Oh, it's targeting Mars, or it's targeting Daisy and by proxy Yavanti, because it wants to attack the person that shot it, but it's gonna
I'm
wind
just
up
a
hitting.
kid.
It doesn't know that. It knows that you're a robot. So you're both going to take 2 damage.
Also,
Daisy
if
and
don't-
Yavanti.
Also, is it gonna care that you're just a kid?
I mean, it blew up a town.
Exactly.
I think it's just a robophobe.
So yeah, the 2 of you are taking 2 damage total.
Take it.
And whoever rolled after a 7 is up next.
I had a 5. What did you roll for the Skelly, Scott?
I rolled a 1 for them,
Oh, okay, cool.
so they go last no matter what.
So, let me see. So, basically, Yavanti starts glowing again, and this time rather than healing magic, what you feel is she starts lighting up gently, and colors sort of play over her skin. And you feel that, and you feel the people who are within 3 meters of her. You feel your mind clearing, and you now have an anti-magic ward, which is create a zone in a burst that lasts until the end of your next turn. Enemies within the zone are silenced and blinded until they leave ward vanishes. Wait, am I? Wait. I thought it was something else.
Did you both basically take?
That's a limit tech. That's
wards?
the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. Never mind.
Okay.
That's a limit tech. You can only use those once. Ward mind is what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Which is a support tech. Heal and immunize one target from mind ailments until the end of your next turn. So I'm basically warding my mind and Yavanti and Evise's minds for against mind ailments.
Okay, and
so that's blind and some others.
All right, so you're basically double protected against that then.
Oh, we were already protected?
Yeah, Joanna used her magic for that.
No, that's arcane, right?
Yeah, magical ailments, basically. Oh, mind.
Arcane is...
I
Yeah.
thought you said blind.
No, yeah, blind is one of the mind ailments. Oh, no, that's... Blind is arcane, never mind.
Okay. It's okay. So, you wind up hearing from Yavanti as she's essentially healing herself and you by extension. You hear from her, "Don't worry, I will protect you, child." And then it's going to go down to Leon.
I still have 2 actions.
Oh, yeah, okay.
My next action is gonna be aim. Because Evista at this point, so basically what enemy is most threatening to Yavanti and Evista at this point? Or to our allies?
Probably the one that just shot at Daisy.
Alright.
The other 2 are grappled.
Wait.
Or suppressed.
Are they within 5 meters from me?
We'll say they're within 5 meters of Yavanti.
There. That's good enough for me, I guess. So basically, what Evista is going to stare at that guy and just call out, "No!" And from one moment to the next, Yavanti is still gently glowing in his mind ward, but Evista actually lights up and and there's a flash of light, and I do a flash shot.
All right.
And I roll for that. That's a 1. So that's just, that's base damage.
Yeah, so...
which is 2 damage and blind, but I have Radiant Prowess. When you make an attack that you can inflict the blind ailment, you can trade the ailment for 3 additional damage. This also works against targets that are immune to blind.
Okay, so you're going
basically
to do
I
that?
do 5 damage.
Alright, so... Yeah, these angels are looking a little rough. Now... Was there anything else you were going to do, Aviste?
Nope. Oh, wait, I aimed, so I get advantage, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 3. That's not gonna make much of a difference.
It's about the same effect
Yeah.
then. So, yeah, these angelic knights are looking a little worse for wear, as Leon and Noel are both basically keeping... you both basically have one of the angels in a headlock and arm lock, and it hasn't tapped out yet.
I feel like it's one of those like cartoon fights where you see just a cloud of smoke and people's heads popping out randomly.
Basically, yeah. So, are you going to do anything else in this situation, or
Um. Uh. I think we'll just continue our attack. I think. Do I have to re-roll for all that?
Yeah, just to see if you do more damage.
Okay, so take the D10. I guess I might as well since I have the opportunity. I think the simple action, I'm gonna use Mirror Warp. It switches places with me and Noel, but since we're next to each other, it's just for giggles. For a utility action, I guess we're gonna aim to just get the advantage.
All right.
Just to clarify and make sure. And then we're gonna do the grapple and my bonus thing.
Tackle grapple.
The grapple and then
Raggle fraggle.
the combination. So his move is grapple, my move is combination grapple. So it's a grapple combination grapple, basically.
So there's like people that are firing off lasers and fighting with angelic lights, and then Leon and his twin are just MMA fighting against an angel.
Pretty much. I think at this point, Leon and Noel are both trying to arm wrestle each other with the angel as like the table.
And just cartoonishly teleporting between the positions that they're at.
Pretty much. It's a bunch of chaos.
I love it.
So I need to basically, alright, so I just roll 2d10 twice, I think.
Yeah.
And this angel is still suppressed, it's still vulnerable, it's double restrained, if that means anything, on top of whatever damage ends up coming, so.
Alright.
So a 9 and a 1. Is 9 2 bonus or 3 bonus?
9 is plus 2 bonus, so...
Alright, so that's 2 damage and... a 10, okay, so that's 5 total damage along with us just basically twisting this dude's neck.
So... So overall, what you wind up doing is, Leon, since you are now at the head of the angel, your grip tightens as you're basically going for like not the Hollywood choke, you're going for the blood choke. You basically have your entire arm wrapped around this angel's neck, and you don't know if it's doing anything, but you tighten your grip, and it's struggling, that's for sure. We'll say that Noel is just straight up gut punching as you have this thing in a chokehold, and it starts to flap its wings, but it's flapping them erratically, still struggling, and then it just stops. And this angel starts to glow white hot, and then it just turns to ash.
I think Noel at this is like, whoa, that's really cool, let's do that again. And then Leon's like, I don't. Maybe next time you hold them, as he looks at his hands, and they're like a little burnt.
We'll say that with the white hot glowing, you only take like 1 harm from that.
Okay. Had I taken harm before or after everybody healed it up?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so I think I'll take the hit, because being a Tulpamancer with the construct, either one of us can take the damage, like we can pass it on to the other. But okay. I think Leon's going to take it because he's holding it and stuff.
Alright, and with that we're going back to whoever... Oh wait, no, we're going back to the Skellies. The Skellies are now all going to actively target Medi because they're with the previous attack. She's stopped being invisible, and I'm just gonna roll to see. I'm not gonna roll 60-10. I'm just gonna roll 2 because she's not in cover, which means they have advantage. And they get 1 bonus effect because I rolled a 7. So these ghost soldiers, or whatever they're called, ghost knights, they fire their flushing shot, which causes 3 damage because of the bonus. And because there's 6 of them doing it, I'm gonna say that adds an additional 4. So she takes 7 damage as these bullets just basically like fire into her repeatedly.
Oh dang.
Yeah, she's hurt, but not too hurt. Like basically, her arms have been shot, and her eyes start to flash, and she starts to look wide angry. And with that, we're gonna go to Joanna.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Healing was what was healing again?
Healing.
You can heal yourself with a simple action, or you probably have a tech for an offensive or utility action, which you can heal with probably offensive.
But does my halo stack onto that?
Your halo
protection. Yes. Is that just for healing? Just for healing specifically?
If you're healing, it heals an additional 1 HP to any allies within 3 meters, or range 3, or whatever that is. So pretty much anyone that's next to you. We'll say that the range 3 is basically just a little bit past Yavanti. So I don't think it would. I don't think it would reach Medi.
Can I move over to her?
Yeah, she's about 15 feet away. You could probably get closer.
Alright, so I want to do that, and I want to use my fucking... I could literally just spam my, my Valorous Song.
Well, Valorous Song is your offensive action. You can only do that once.
But it also heals.
Your Valorous Song... Yeah, you can cause 4 damage to an enemy or heal 4 to an ally.
Oh, or! I missed the or. Shit. Whoops. Okay, hang on. Seconds. I could just say fuck it, Aura of Shielding.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Aura of Shielding. Alright, so you and another ally within range. She'll be within range at this point, so you are welcome to roll to see if you heal any additional.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck? How? How am I doing this? Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot to let y'all know that I am not bullshitting.
So
what happened?
This is good. This is a good scream out loud.
Listen, I'm not bullshitting y'all. I swear to God.
Nice.
Hey.
So
I'm not. I'm getting lucky this session, and I don't know why.
So that's 5 points of healing. So she's almost topped off.
I mean, Orphael is basically kicking the asses of people he hates.
Yeah.
Basically. This is resolve.
And Aura of Shielding is also an offensive action. So you can...
And my Halo activates for it, right?
Yeah, so you heal 6 damage, I believe, in that case. Yeah, you heal an additional 1 HP, so you've got her back up to almost full. If you did this one more time, she'd be topped off, and she's now guarded, so I believe that means any offensive action to her would be at disadvantage.
Okay.
And did you have anything else you were wanting to do?
I have an attack action free.
You used your offensive action.
Whoopsie. What do I have free?
You have, well, we'll say you used both your simple and utility to get as close as possible to Medi. So now you're basically in the circle with the Skellies.
Oh, that's fine.
So both of you are now guarded and pretty much topped off.
And so I used all my actions except my free actions, which I don't really have to. But I could really... Well, I mean, I don't really have anything I would know what to do with, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's about it.
Okay. With that, then, it'll be Daisy's turn.
Alright, so I made the mistake of going over to look at Shine's picture, which loaded me out of my playbook, so I can't see my raptor page.
Oh.
But I know the stuff that I've used so far.
Okay. Then
Yavanti dies.
Let's lock targets on another healthy, if there is a healthy.
The healthiest one is still not super healthy, but yeah, there's one that's being dragged down by Time Dog. There's one that shot at you, and then Aviste fired back, right?
Yeah, if he's the shot, basically did 5 damage to one.
Okay. You know what? We'll keep locked on to the one that shot at me. I'm going for the full death.
Okay. Yeah, go on ahead and roll to see if you turn this one into ash too.
Target lock, air to ground shot, and I forgot about an extra damage because it's a medium. Last time. Alright, would that still be 40-10?
Yeah, I guess so.
Here we go. Oh, there's a 10.
Alright, so that's 3 bonus effect. Do you remember what the bonus effects were? Was it just more damage?
Yeah, just like bonus 1, bonus 2, bonus 3, damage, damage, damage.
And that's the, which one was it? The air to ground?
Yeah, air to ground with
All
an
right.
extra damage for red point.
So that's another 6 damage that you fire off to this angel that's still in the air. And you fire into its other wing, and it just crashes to the ground. And as it hits the ground, a cloud of ash just pops up, poofs up, pop, poof, just, just.
Yeah, kablow!
And now it's the remaining angels' turn, and basically all it's going to do is try and struggle as Time Dog just goes into another fold in time with the angel, with its prey, and they both just disappear. Now there's a bunch of skellies, and just you guys. So, who was after the angels? Who rolled after a 9? Was that Aviste.
I think Doggy was first, right? Is
Yeah.
that no?
And the dog used its turn to just drag the remaining angel into a fold in time where it's going to just eat it.
Alright. Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, so it just popped up because it was hunting. So, Aviste, it is your turn.
Okay.
So now all that's left are 5
right?
of these skeletons, I believe.
And they're in a circle around Johanna and
Medi, that's correct.
So I think what's going to happen is Yavanti can't quite fly, right?
Yavanti, well, with all of the healing that you've done, Yavanti's wing is now patched up, so
Alright.
you can fly. However, it might be a little difficult to navigate because there may be more angels.
So basically, what's gonna happen is that Yavanti's gonna grab Evista in the collar, which Evista is just like completely shocked and struggling a little bit, and then deposit Evista on her back, and she's gonna just sort of jump and glide right into the middle of that circle. And then she's like, as she comes down, she's gonna basically, and I'm using my hands to show what I'm doing, which is not very useful somehow, to basically just swing her tail around and try and mow down as many of the skeletons as are within a meter of her.
Okay, and is that a offensive action that you have?
Yeah, that's basically like simple action to mount, utility action to fly, and then offensive action tail swing.
Okay.
Which is a burst with range 1. So basically, anything that's in range of me gets that, but I'm a smart bomber, which means your bursts, blasts, lines, and waves may ignore your allies. Terrain effects will still apply to the area they are occupying.
Okay, go on ahead and roll to see what happened.
Alright. So that's where all those bad rolls are going. It's a 2.
Alright, so
which is still the basic effect.
Yeah, so how much damage is that going to wind up being?
So that's going to do 2 damage to anything that's within 1 range of me, but not my allies. And we are now guarding.
Okay, so now Joanna and Medi are double guarded. And
I don't know if I'm guarding everyone. I think it's just myself at this point.
Okay, well then everyone is guarded once, and we'll say since you did.
I guess since it's a burst, it might be that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think so.
So yeah, double guarded for Joanna and Medi then, and each of the skellies take 2 damage, including the petrified one.
Anything that's within basically 1 meter of range of me.
Yeah, so I imagined Aviste and Yavanti just flew dead to the center
into the middle,
and
yeah,
swung in a
idea.
circle.
Yeah, and just like their tail, just Yavanti's tail just sort of mowing down all these skeletons.
Yeah, so we'll say that this move just knocks every single one of these skeletons' legs off. However, it doesn't mean that they're dead, because skeletons just like fall apart and pick themselves back up at any point. And the petrified one just completely shatters.
All right, cool.
And with that, it'll be Leon's turn, because there wasn't anyone between Aviste and Leon. So, Leon and Noel, what are you going to wind up doing?
Yeah, so how far is everyone else from our little MMA fight?
So the anime fight's basically done. in that part. You got Daisy and nobody else about 10 meters away. Then everyone else is over at the skeleton pile about 15 meters away.
Mm-hmm. So where are all the enemies again? Just to clarify.
The enemies are all over about 15 meters away, where Aviste, Joanna, and Medi are.
I don't think I'd be able to catch up to them this turn, would I? If I ran there.
If you ran, you could use your simple and your utility to move over there. And if you still had any action, you could do that then. Or you could just go and make sure that Daisy's not stuck by herself in case something like Time Dog shows up again.
What I think I'll do is split us up. We can do that, right? I think we can do that.
Yeah, since you have that like swap where Leon and Noel can basically mirror wherever they are and just switch their locations between each other, like you did in the anime fight. I think you guys can split up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're able to be because of my feature. We're able to be up to 100 meters apart, so that's fine.
Okay.
So I think Noel is going to run towards the fight, while Leon runs towards who is it that's by themselves?
Daisy.
Yeah, Noel's going to run towards, or Leon's going to run towards Daisy. So that would be the simple and the utility, I think, to reach both of them, if I'm right.
Yeah, we'll say that's the case.
Okay, and then there's no enemies where Leon and Daisy are, correct?
That's correct. There's
nothing
over there currently.
Okay, and then Noel ran towards the fight, so there are people there.
Correct.
Cool. So Noel, what are you going to do? So Noel has magic missile.
Okay, sweet.
Would that hit the allies as well?
No, I believe it's a target within.
Yeah, it's targeting accurate. It says.
Yeah, so you target an enemy and it'll hit it.
Okay.
Accurate just basically means that you have
advantage,
one.
right?
Do what now?
No, accurate just means advantage, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, really? I should have been rolling with advantage.
So, yeah, I think while Leon is going to be the caring father-esque figure, Noel is going to go try and drop a missile. Sure, why not?
All right, go
cool,
ahead
so,
and yeah.
No, so who am I target? Who is there to target? Is it just random skeleton people? Or?
Yeah, it's like 5 skeletons.
All right. I picked the bad one. And let's see. So targeting. Okay, so I got another bad roll. I think they're finally coming back. I have a 3 and a 1 with advantage, so 3 doesn't add anything, correct?
So you just do base damage in that case.
Yeah, that's base 2.
Okay, so we'll say that you hit one that's looking a little worse for wear, and it just crumbles into a heap.
Coolio?
if I could make a xylophone sound, I would. But
That's what post is for, right?
yeah. And now it's the Skelly's turn. So the skeletons are... Well, there's 4 of them now, because one of them crumbled into a bone heap. They're all basically at disadvantage for anything that they do. So I'm just going to roll a d4 to see who they're going to target. If I could. Okay, so I have a d4 out. There are 4 targets, so 1's going to be Medi, 2's going to be Joanna, 3's going to be Aviste / Yavanti, and 4 is going to be Noel. So let's see what is going to be targeted. 2. So Joanna, you are going to be targeted by the remaining Skellies, and you're at
Let's go.
You're at like double advantage, so that's 3d10, and I choose the lowest.
1.
So there's a 3, a 4, and a 10. So I'm pretty sure the lowest is going to be the 3, if the math adds up. So you're just going to take 2 damage from gunfire. Actually, since it's multiple ones firing at you, I'll say it's 4.
Okay, 16.
No, you're only taking 4 damage.
No, I'm at 16 HP now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying no, I take 16 damage.
Excuse me, I'd like to die, thank you very much.
Yeah, because I don't want to roll for each of them individually. I'm just having them all target the same enemy and multiplying what the damage is by like 2, because that's easier. I could multiply it by 4, but then everyone would probably insta-die eventually. So with that, it's now Joanna. You just got shot in the arm a couple times by a bunch of skeletons holding machine guns.
Do it again. Fuck.
So now you can either run away.
That's the little bitch move. I'm not playing that game.
Or you can not run away and do damage to them and hope that you get healed next turn.
I think that's a good chance to take.
I mean, there's 2 healers basically, so
yeah.
Let's see. Someone will eventually heal you.
Eventually,
even if it's yourself.
Fuck. Times like this, I wish I had an AoE.
Anyway, so what are you going to do, Joanna?
That's a funny question. I want to... Could just say fuck it and attack. But, like, I want to do something else, but I don't know what to do. Let me check my inventory. Nothing useful. Let's go.
And I assume you don't have any, like, limit text that could do anything to help you.
Okay, yeah, what are the limit texts about? Aren't they, like...
Super strong. Also, I think we were supposed to get an Orgone point at some point earlier.
Yeah, I still don't know what the Orgone do, so...
So basically, they're what allows you to use a limit tech.
Okay, yeah, so at the 3rd turn, which this is the 3rd turn, basically, you do get an Orgone point, so you're able to use the limit text.
Didn't they do something to humanity, or no?
I don't know. You already lost 1 humanity.
That's a limit break. That's different, I think.
Oh, right, limit break. Okay, I got you. Alright, my limit tech, I think, was Battle Anthem? Yeah, let me see. First and accurate, this tech includes you, draw back heavy, base effect, heal 4 allies, damage 4 enemies.
So inaccurate, I believe, means that you're going to roll with disadvantage, but you still get to do at least 4 damage to all of the enemies near you.
Ooh,
Or
fun.
heal all of the allies near you.
It's
So-
heal and damage.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you get to do both then.
Fuck yeah, Pog. It says this tech includes you. What does that refer to?
Excludes you, so you
Oh,
heal
excludes.
everyone.
I don't know how
Yeah.
to read.
So it's burst inaccurate and it excludes you. So you feel a surge of power rush into you, and Orphield says, "Now's the time. Let's do it."
All out attack.
Basically,
Okay. I'm rolling 2d10s.
yeah. 2d10s take the lowest.
That's a 3.
3. So you still do 4 damage to them.
Not
which,
funny.
Which, let me tell you this. Basically finishes them off. So
Oh, cool.
how do you want to do this, I guess?
How do I want to do what?
How do you want to describe how you take out the
Oh,
remaining
fuck.
4 skeletons?
I don't remember. I don't know. Let me think. On the spot. I fucking explode? I don't know.
I mean, this is just like my way of saying that you can describe how exactly you finish all of these skeletons off to, you know,
Oh, I see.
give your character a moment of being a badass.
Alright. Okay, I have an idea.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be limited to what you just did. You could just be like, I stabbed them all with my sword, and all of their skulls are impaled, or some shit like that. I don't know. It's up to you. Decide how you want to kill them.
Okay. So, Joanna starts to sing, but you can't really, like, what's the word? You can't tell what she's singing or how she's singing. You can't even tell the notes.
It's immigrant song.
Immigrants. No, it's not even like it's.
It's like song in reverse.
It's a song that you can't like perceive, and a white light kind of just envelops the skeletons, and they turn to dust.
Perfect. All right, so you guys are now all out of initiative. And remember when I said that Daisy shot a hole in the bridge?
Oh fuck!
There's still a hole in the bridge.
Fuck you.
But guess what? Where you're going, you don't need no bridges, because you got a dragon.
Oh yeah. And also, I'm a player.
Yeah. So I think
Mars, you're roboting.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
But you know what? That's fine, because we're gonna call it with you guys hopping back onto Yavanti.
I think she basically just picks everyone up by the scruff of their neck.
Well, except for Daisy, who doesn't have a scruff or a neck.
No, but
She
Daisy
just
can
floats.
fly.
You bend her fucking wing.
I like how Shine just
But
yeah, basically Parrish song.
Oh yeah, I did use Parrish song, didn't I?
Oh wow.
Nice.
So yeah.
So basically, like, how would Leon and Noel and Joanna like that?
Like what?
So basically, Yavanti, this huge ass dragon, just picks you up by the scruff of your neck and then puts you on her back.
I don't appreciate it. I could get it myself.
Oh, poor Mars.
Yeah.
We'll say that Daisy's just like floating up to essentially be at the head of Yavanti.
You know how in like Tom and Jerry or some shit, where like they get to Jerry's about to kick Tom's ass or something, but Tom kicks his own ass for himself, like literally.
Oh gosh.
I'm envisioning that Daisy kind of just does that. It's like an animation where it looks like nothing is picking up Daisy by the scruff of her neck.
And yeah, we're just gonna call it with all four of you, five. I keep forgetting Medi's a thing.
Ew. Racism.
She's a person, you know.
I know. I keep forgetting that I just basically threw in a DMPC.
Yeah.
That's basically statted like a mid-level boss.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Middy's the boss of this campaign.
Oh, it's the Angels.
I know, but
yeah. So, y'all get thrown onto Yavanti, and as the bridge collapses, you just take off into the air and start heading closer to the gates.
The bridge collapsing behind them.
Yeah. The bridge between Boomtown, Bitchtown, whatever you guys decide to call.
It's Bitchtown.
I thought it was Livingston at first.
It was, but now it's Bitchtown.
It's
people were living, and then now they aren't.
It's Boom Bitchtown. And,
okay.
And you guys are making your way a little closer to Heaven's Reach. And as you guys get closer, the light from, the sunlight, because there's no cloud coverage over Heaven's Reach. Everywhere else, yeah, but not Heaven's Reach. There's just it's like the only place that the sunlight is touching currently. I don't know if I described that well, but we're going with that. And yeah, that's where we're calling it. You guys are soaring off into sunlight.
The distance.
Yeah. I can go the distance.
And so, something that I've been trying to make sure to do at the end of each of these recordings is thanking the listeners. I'm also going to thank, these wonderful people that are joining us in this game. Shine.
Not Mars.
Shine, Mars, Ginny, Anirudh, for, all of your patience with how long it's been between sessions.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's been exactly an hour or so between each of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's totally how this works.
And, Anirudh, why don't you go on ahead and show your podcast?
Oh, right. That's a thing. Yeah. So I have a podcast along with a couple of other friends of mine. It's called Not a Scratch. You can find them at all your podcast dealers. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. As of this moment, we are finished Arc 1. By the time you listen to this, we're probably much farther ahead, but that doesn't mean that you can't catch up, and it's a good adventure. It's a good time. Fun stuff. Mystery dungeon. You should enjoy, etc.
And I'll be playing the trailer after this, too. Ginny and Shine, is there anywhere on the internet where you can be located if you choose to?
So basically, I have a Tumblr and a Twitter, which are both like something I post on once in a blue moon, and then I spam it, and then I'm gone again. But you can find me as Ginny Voss, which is GINNYVOS on both of them, or anywhere else that I have an account, really.
I'm on Twitter. I'm at Shine the Omega. I just fucking shit post. I don't really, I draw, but I don't post on Twitter. But yeah.
Alright.
I also have a Twitter where I like the arts. It was like at Rover II art, or was it art?
No, it's at Mars Rover, capital I, art, where you post your art. Ow, my finger.
I like posting drawings there. I'm always open to, like, people are willing. But yeah, if you want to look at some art stuff, I sometimes stuff for the podcast. That
Well, I just followed you, so you know.
Yay. And, yeah, to all of you listening, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hope you have a good day.
Hello, my name is Anaru, and I'm the host of Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes Scratch is an overpowered move. Not a Scratch is a Pokemon TTRPG podcast using a system made by us. Set in the world of Pokemon and only Pokemon, it's kind of like the mystery dungeon games that you've seen or played before. And in fact, we actually have our two characters with us now. Ralph, any words of wisdom for our audience?
Like my mom always says, if at first you don't succeed, kick it harder.
Okay. Kyle, what's the next thing you want to do on your adventure?
Why can't we draw?
I suppose you can on the train. Well, if you want to know what they're up to, because they aren't telling, check us out wherever you listen to podcasts.
Take two.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna cut all of my awkward silences forever. That's how I make myself sound slightly more confident in the
Everyone
podcast.
make awkward silence for Scott to have more editing to do.
No, he only cuts his own awkward silences,
Yeah,
not ours.
Everyone else,
So we make him mess up more. We make him mess up more.
I have to make myself sound confident. Everyone else can sound as unconfident as possible.
Just to make you sound better.
God.
Oh yeah.
That's so rude.
It's all for the
Wow.
ego.
No, just to screw with them even more, you just have random go through like this and just talk about all have words to say, but it keeps cutting in the mute button and the unmute button.
Oh no, that's
God.
horrible.
Oh yeah, like when that you know.
I mean, there.
Y'all are jerks.
And then you just like, and then you're talking, and you know it's fine.
Yeah.
Y'all are jerks.
Anyway. Okay, so the
yeah,
the season finale of Not a Scratch involved. Yeah, so that happens. It's nuts.
Oh no way.
Oh man, I can't believe that you'd kill them.
I can't believe that. And then there was Kyle. Kyle, he literally jumped.
How dare he?
Hey, do you guys remember when?
No way.
Yes way. I mean, I remember that.
Oh no, she didn't.
And this is the perfect way to start it up.
Oh no, she did.
So we should probably introduce, everyone else. Craig,
Oh fuck! I gotta go look at it now.
All right, guns are pointed.
Craig, who you playing as?
Silent J.
Okay, Craig, you can go anytime now.
Oh shit! Let's go on to the next one. Gyark, who are you playing as?
Now recording.
I don't recall us discussing this character, Gyark. Gyark, you're out of this.